RamCountry.com proudly presents TNT Outdoor Explosion.
Welcome to TNT.
We have got a great show lined up for you this week. We're back in Clay County, Texas for the World Invitational Turkey Hunting Championship and Turkey Fest, which goes on every year in this part of Texas. This is our 4th year of being here, and I'm going to tell you something. We're in it for the money this year. Todd and I are mad at those turkeys.
That's right. This is TNT.
TNT Outdoor Explosion is brought to you by RamCountry.com, Venture Out, HuntingTrophy.com, logistics experts, Dead Downwind, your last line of defense in the field, ESP Digital Hearing Protection, empower your hearing, Sweet Apple Game Calls, it's the sound that counts, Nature's Fury Nutri-Drink, find your fury, or our ranch, where hunting meets the mother road. Nichols Custom Guns. When you only have one shot, use Nichols Custom Guns.
We were very fortunate that we got invited back again to the annual World Turkey Championships Turkey Fest that takes place in Texas. And it's a great event, and this is going to be our 4th year attending this event. So every year Marty and I have teamed up with TNT to compete in this competition. Well, I filled out all the necessary paperwork, and essentially for this competition you have a 3-member team, and that team consists of one person who's designated as a shooter, a second person that's designated as a caller, and then a third person who's essentially in charge of the videography. And every hunt has to be filmed and documented for this competition. So we had put Team TNT together and we were ready to head out. Well, we are on the road finally. I'm on the way to the airport to pick up Marty. And this week we are going to again be competing in the World Turkey Championships. And this will be our 4th year doing the event. It's a great event, and we've always had a lot of fun and a lot of success at this event, so I hope this continues. But Marty is about 2 hours late as it is, so I don't know that we're going to get any scouting done this evening, but at least we can get there and start hunting tomorrow. Time to get Marty. Well, once we arrived at Turkey Fest, we went through the normal process of getting checked in, filling out the necessary paperwork, And the first night was a really neat get together because we get to see a lot of the old pro teams that we're friends with and just kind of visit and check up and see how everybody's doing since last year. They feed you a real nice dinner, and it's just a good evening to kick things off. Well, we wrapped up the first evening festivities and got to bed early. We were really excited about what the future holds. The ranch manager that we were going to be hunting with is a guy named Doug, who we actually hunted with last year as well. Had been seeing a lot of gobblers in the fields and just moving around and hearing them in the mornings. We didn't know how they were going to respond to the calls, but at least we knew that we had turkeys on the property. Well, we are here at the World Turkey Championships again, and we essentially have 2.5 days to try to find a good bird. And it's our first morning, and it's pretty safe to say we're off to a slow start. We didn't hear any gobbles off the roost this morning. We've heard a couple gobbles way in the distance, so we're going to try to close the distance and see if maybe we can get on a bird, but not much going on this morning. So, but the good news is we still have the rest of today and another day and a half. So hopefully before we're all said and done, we'll have a turkey on the ground. Well, the first morning started out kind of slow. Actually, we didn't get any gobbles off the roost, but as we started working our way up and down the creeks, we started hearing quite a few gobbles. And luckily for us, there was a couple gobbles together, and they sounded like they were very interested in what we had to say.
Because of the rise in the ground, we can walk to the top of the hill, and I can look over that and glass over that just to make sure that we can get.
Let's get to the rise and reevaluate.
There's a fence up here. They're either this side of the fence or over the fence. So
There's more than one for sure.
yeah, we need to locate them real quick. I'm going to take this box call, and I'll just do some yelps, and we'll see if we can get an answer. At least we'll know where we are and what we've got to do.
There, Marty, right there. They cut you off.
Yep.
Right there.
Yep.
Okay. All right, let's go. Well, the two birds were coming towards us, and they had come to a ranch fence. And these birds, I guess, were having a hard time figuring out how to get across there under that fence. But once they eventually did cross that fence, it was an all-out sprint right to us. Well, the bird went to full strut. As soon as I had my opportunity, I went ahead and took the bird, probably a 40-plus yard shot. We didn't have time to get the decoys out, so I didn't know that they were going to get any closer. But luckily for me, we were set up, the bird was in the right position, and I was able to make a good shot. Yeah, folks, we had two birds here that were cutting us off and wanting to come in, and we were just waiting and waiting, and we could hear them going up and down, up and down. And Doug, who's the ranch manager that's with us, pointed out there's a fence there, and he thought they were hung on the fence. And so Marty started cutting, and finally they gave up, got through that fence, and then it was an all-out sprint to get over here. I was trying to decide which bird to take because I couldn't see, I'm too low, but Marty was up in the tree and had the binoculars and could see which bird was better. And we finally got on the same page on which bird. And as soon as he cleared this little mesquite right here, I let him have it. And we are on the board at the World Turkey Championships. Okay, here is our first bird this year in the World Turkey Championships. This was a really great hunt. This is there was two birds that come in pretty quick to the call. Once they cleared the fence, it was an all-out sprint down this hill to get to us, and we didn't even have time to put a decoy out on this one. So a little bit longer shot, probably 40 yards or so. But the best thing about this is we're on the board. This is a good bird, probably looking at about a 9-inch, maybe 10-inch beard. Spurs are probably less than an inch.
Yeah, he's a 2-year-old bird. He's not a great bird, and really the other turkey was a strutter and was a little more dominant. Frankly, was a little bigger, but he had no beard.
He had no beard. I don't know what. Yeah, that's weird. No complaining here. We're happy to be on the board. This is a great event. It's the World Turkey Championships, Turkey Fest. Marty and I have done this now. It's our 4th year. We've still got the rest of today, all tomorrow, and a half of another day to hopefully find a bigger bird.
Now we're going to get picky.
Now we'll get a little picky, a little more picky.
Good job, buddy.
Good work, partner.
Absolutely.
Well, the first bird got us on the board. The way this competition works is you essentially get to hunt 2 birds. And you can turn in 2 birds, and they'll take the best score of the 2 birds that you turn in. A number of teams were only able to get 1 bird. I don't know if every team even got a bird, but we were pretty much set that we were going to hunt really hard until we found a second bird. As soon as you get past the lake, it's triple. There's still probably a good hour and a half left in the day, but we know there's a good bird in here, probably 150 yards in this brush, maybe 100. He's gobbled at us a few times, but he's got a hen with him because we can hear the hen as well. So we know he's got at least 1 hen. Can't pull him off that hen, and we have to attend one of the events tonight, so we've got to go ahead and leave. But at least now we know for sure there's a good gobbler in here. We may come back in the morning, we'll make a plan tonight, but for now, we got to cut this hunt short. Well, after sitting here for 30 minutes, I'm numb from the waist down. I can't move. But that was worth the price of admission right there. Obviously, those were 2 young birds that we're not going to shoot, but the show that they put on was well worth getting up this morning. That was fun. Well, once we found a second bird that wanted to come to us, that was a mature tom. I mean, we had jakes come in. The jakes put on a heck of a show with the decoys. We had some other birds that we called in, but we knew they wouldn't be a winning bird. So what we eventually ended up doing was moving to an area where we were hearing a really long and deep gobble, and we knew that this had to be the mature bird we were looking for.
Looks pretty good.
He looked pretty good. All right, well, this is a great bird. This is about a 3-year-old bird, and he's got a nice thick beard. Marty, spurs look good?
Yeah, decent spurs. I mean, for a 3-year-old bird, he's good and sharp. And when you get a bird that will give you a show like that,
Yeah.
I mean, that was just fabulous. And
He worked just like he was supposed to.
He did exactly what we wanted him to do,
Yeah.
and strutting and gobbling turkey. And you know, this is really a beautiful bird. And
You know, let's get a tag on him,
Yep.
and let's go get him turned in.
Yep.
And let the chips fall where they may. But if nothing else, you know, we limited out. We got our 2 birds, and you know, it's as good as it gets, as far as I'm concerned.
well, I'll tell you what, I'll carry the turkey, you carry
All
your
right.
gun, and we'll get out of here.
Congratulations.
Hey, good job, buddy.
Good job, partner.
Hey, man,
We got it.
absolutely.
Let's do it. All right, we have arrived. It's the final day of check-in at the World Turkey Championships, and you get 2 birds that you can harvest in this competition, and they take the score of the best bird. And we've already got 1 bird on the board, and we believe this bird is a better bird, so we're going to turn him in, obviously, and get an official score done on him. And when it's all said and done, hopefully we have the best bird, but I think we definitely at least have a better bird than we had on the first one. So let's get him turned in. All right, well, we just got the bird turned in, and the Texas Game Warden officially scored it for us. And as you can see behind us here, we currently are in the lead, but there is 4 hours left. So
That's for 4 nervous hours. 4 nervous hours.
4 nervous hours, because we can't hunt anymore. We're tagged out.
You know,
So we'll do the best we can.
we'll just walk around and be nervous Nellies here for a while.
4 hours.
4 hours, and you'll be wearing that belt buckle, buddy.
All right, well, they're cranking the music up, so
Yeah.
let's go listen to some music. Well, we were very fortunate to call in this bird. This actually ended up being the winning bird, and we were crowned world champions this year. And you know, that's a great feeling. I mean, hunting is great anyway, but just to have a little bit of recognition at some point in the process makes you feel really good about what you've done. You know, we put on a lot of miles and hunted really, really hard, but at the end of the day, for 2015, we can say we're world champions. Well, they wrap up the event with a big auction and dinner and a somewhat formal event on the last night. And in this event, you get a wonderful meal, you get to talk with a lot of great people. This is probably one of the best managed, best organized events I've ever been to. And you know, we've been doing this show now for over 10 years, and we've seen a lot of things. And I will say the folks in Clay County at Turkey Fest do a first-class job. Wow, what an incredible week we've had. And you know, it feels really good. We had a great hunt, but it feels really good to actually say world champions.
Well, it's been a long time coming, buddy, and we've had a lot of turkeys that we've shot over the years, but this year, it all fell into place, and I couldn't be happy. A great shot on your part, and thank the good Lord I was able to call that big bird in front of the gun.
That was a great hunt. Hey folks, we hope we're back here next year because this is truly a great event. But we look forward to seeing you next week, and until then, remember, do what you love and share it with your family.
Closed captioning brought to you by ESP America. TNT Outdoor Explosion is brought to you by ramcountry.com, Venture Out, huntingtrophy.com, logistics experts, Get Downwind, your last line of defense in the field. ESP Digital Hearing Protection. Empower your hearing. Sweet Apple Game Calls. It's the sound that counts. Nature's Fury Nutri-Drink. Find your fury. Or our ranch, where hunting meets the Mother Road. Nichols Custom Guns. When you only have one shot, use Nichols Custom Guns.
With us, and we appreciate you, Randy, for hunting and bringing it in.